Obviously, a pretty wild night at the Joe. Just like we drew it up, just like we talked about in pregame. Hey, we're going to get down a couple times, get down big, and win it late, just so we can get really good at that. But, um, pretty wild game in that we made a lot of mistakes tonight. I mean, I could talk for several minutes about all kinds of things that we didn't do well. But with that being said, we found a way to win. We got down twice. We got down 5-1, and we came back twice. And I think just that speaks a lot to the competitive spirit of this group, the chemistry of our team. That's really going to be really, really valuable throughout the rest of the year, because we're going to have to play from behind and we're going to have to win some games late. So, didn't think that we played particularly well, but I think that's a big win from an intangible standpoint.
What were some of those things that stuck out to you as far as negatives go? And then also what were some positives from tonight as well? You guys have come back from behind quite often this year. And this was kind of the biggest comeback yet.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on the negative too much. I mean, we've pitched really well this year in general and pitched really well out of the pen. Like, obviously, Brock wasn't sharp tonight. And I thought Jacob McNary pitched well, gave up a flare and then a hit, and like a fly ball that just kind of floated out of the ballpark. So he threw some good innings and kind of bridged the gap. And Chase Lee was outstanding. He came in and had a tough matchup and just an awesome at-bat against Ethan Wilson, who's a great player. And he made some great pitches and he kept fouling them off. And I mean, the dude got a hit. Sometimes they just get a hit, and then right after that, he did a great job of not losing his composure and holding the lead at 2. There's runners at second and third, and he holds the lead right there. And then, puts up a 0 in the 9th. And those are some things that sometimes get lost in the shuffle. So, with all that being said, we were down 5-1 and we came back and gave up a 3 spot in the 8th, and it would have been really easy to pack it in at that point, and we didn't. And again, just really, really proud of the competitive spirit of our team.
You said a couple of times over the past month, you get better at baseball by playing baseball. Was tonight's game a good example of a game that can make you better?
I mean, you get better every time out there. I think a lesson that I want to share with our team is, you have to play 9 innings. You've got to play 9 innings. And we haven't had many times out this year where we've played 9 good innings. And, just because we gave up a crooked number twice, doesn't mean that we didn't play 9. But I wasn't pleased with the at-bats the first 6 innings. We get to the end of the 6th inning and we've got 1 run. And there was some solid contact mixed in, but I thought we just gave away too many at-bats. The challenge with college kids is, can we take the same level of focus that we had in the 7th, 8th, and 9th and have a similar level of focus the first 6 innings? Can you just create the scenario in your mind that the bases are loaded in the bottom of the 9th in the 3rd inning? Can you do that? Because the quality of the at-bats, we have good hitters, and we're not anywhere close to where we need to be offensively. And it's a mindset. It's not a swing mechanics or approach issue. We've got good players. They've got good information, and we're just playing young. We just give at-bats away. We got to string together at-bats, because you can't always count on hitting the grand slam of the night, and I keep talking about this. We got to find ways to score, without hitting home runs. And I love home runs. Maybe we'll just hit 2 or 3 home runs every game this year, and I can just stand over there at third base and put my hands in my pocket and dish out some high fives. I would love to do that. But I'm not sure that we can just absolutely count on that when we go to Vietnam in a week and a half.
I'm good. Do you have anything, Clayton?
Yes, Coach. What can you say about the sophomore class as the heart of this team? They played 17 games last year. How they've stepped up with guys like Hammy and Dio and Denton and all those guys stepping up.
Well, I mean, you can tell that group's a pretty high-end group, and it's those guys are good players, and that's what I have to tell myself. I get frustrated. I'm human. About the 5th or 6th inning, I can't say that I had a bunch of positive thoughts. and there's some frustration. And I just, these kids have played 13 games this year and then played 17 last year. And Hammy didn't even play last year. Played, one game, and not every Jim Jarvis didn't start every game last year. So, you're talking about guys that have played less than 35 college baseball games over a 14-month period. So I'm not surprised that we play young. I'm not surprised that we have a hard time putting 9 innings together. I'm also very, very crystal clear on the importance of doing that as you get into league play and you start playing teams that are every bit as good as you, or maybe even a click better in some areas. So, yeah, that COVID freshman class, they're great kids, they're great players. They're really doing some good things, especially when you consider how little college baseball they've played. None of those guys have ever played an SEC game,
Yes, sir.
I'm
good.
All good, guys?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate it.
For some reason, they brought Diodati in here. I don't know what you want to talk to them about.
What's going on, Dio?
Not too much. How are you guys?
Doing all right. What'd you hit out?
It was a fastball. I really wasn't sure in the on-deck circle what was going to happen. I saw they had a left-handed pitcher warming up in the bullpen, and I was pretty convinced, if Zane got on or it got to me, that they were gonna go to the left-hander. So, last second in the on-deck circle, it kind of crossed my mind. I better ask Coach Zulli for the scouting report on this guy, just in case they do end up keeping him in. And he kind of said to me that he'd been mostly fastballs all night. So, of course, I go up there and they keep him in. And, I was really looking to get a good fastball. I wasn't sold out on the fastball or anything, but I wanted to make sure I didn't get beat or cheated on a fastball in the zone. And I was lucky enough to get one in the right spot, and obviously had a good result.
You were part of the comeback in the 7th inning. You crossed the plate then. You obviously were part of it in the 9th inning. Talk about the emotions between both of those. You jump out in front, but then the Jaguars come right back, and then you have to come back in the 9th. What goes through your mind over the course of those 3 innings?
Yeah, baseball is a game of ups and downs, and, as a team and individually. And just one thing we talk about as a team is, not letting the highs get too high or the lows get too low. And there's going to be lead changes. There's going to be times when, the other team puts up a crooked number, and there's going to be times when we put up a crooked number. And it's kind of important that, we stay kind of grounded and level through those ups and downs. So tonight was obviously just one of those nights where it went back and forth. And I thought as a team, we did a really good job of, staying locked in and staying focused and staying the course and being really resilient and being able to, obviously come back the first time and then being able to do it again was just, that's how our team is. And I think it's attributed to our culture and, the resiliency of our guys.
I'm good. Do you have anything, Clayton?
Yeah. Great swing, by the way. But what do you kind of expect, like, preparing this week as you go into SEC play starting next week at Arkansas?
Yeah, I think as a team, we're kind of hitting our stride, and obviously, like Coach Bo said, we have a lot of things we can get better on still. But I really don't think going into SEC play, I don't want to try and do too much because, we're playing against Arkansas now, or, it's a different team and it's conference play and things like that. I think just trusting who we are as a team and, the preparation we've done. I don't think there's a team in the country that's done more over the last year, especially with, the special circumstances than us. I think we're prepared for this, and, we're ready to win. We're ready to win in the SEC, and I have complete confidence in this team and what we're going to do. So I'm just trying to take it day by day and not even thinking that far ahead.
Thank you.